I got the list. Now where's my money? I heard that a lot of times from people who do not really understand that having an email address is not an automatic guarantee that the money comes in. You need to work for that. And so by the end of this live, I'm going to show you how to do that, how to make money on your list in a proven and successful way. All right. The inspiration that I got is from this book, Traffic Secrets by Russell Brunson. If you want a copy, send me a direct message and I'll give you a link. And we're going to talk about this because it's not, like I said, it's not a guarantee, right? We talked about the last couple of weeks about the Dream 100 strategy. Remember, you get in front of your Dream 100 because you want to get in contact with their audience, because their audience is your dream customer. So you want to sell them something, you want to give them something, you want to help them with their problem, and you got a product that's going to do just that. We also talked about using paid advertisement, paid Facebook ads in our example last week, and how to make that profitable to build your list, right? So you got a web page, you got the free product, and you send them from your Dream 100, you send them from the paid advertisement, and now you got a list with emails. Now what? That's the question we're going to answer today. Hi, I'm Ingrid. Welcome to Tea Time, the show about traffic, the lifeblood of every organization. All right. So, like I said, if you have a free product and a thank you page, right, website-wise, you get an email from that, but without a follow-up on that email, the entire email list is worthless. You got some people in the past who just send, I'm going to give you 1 million email addresses. And you think, okay, 1 million email addresses on average, $1 per month is, I'm going to make $1 million, right? But if you do not follow up on those email addresses, nothing is going to happen. And we're not even going to talk about the quality of those leads, by the way. So what they say, the money is in the list, but the fortune is in the follow-up. So you need to do those follow-up. Now, what is follow-up? Follow-up, Russell used it as follow-up funnels. What he means with that is a sequence of email messages where you lead them towards the know, like, and trust principle, and towards inviting them towards a new product. So how does that work? You have, if you hear a lot of thunder and stuff like that, it's not thunder, it's an airplane rubbing off. I cannot help that. Sorry about that. Okay, so you gave someone something for free, they gave you their email address. Now what? The first things you need to do is sending value emails, because they're in the process. They know you now just a little by your free example, but they do not like and trust you yet. So you need to help them with that. For instance, confirm from, hey, you got my free ebook. Here's the link where you can download it. And then, of course, that link needs to work, obviously, right? Or confirming what they have ordered. Or a video explaining a little bit more about what they bought from you or what they got from you. Just add a little bit value towards the thing that they offered, how it's going to help them solve their problem. Remember, they came to you with a problem. You had the free product that's going to help them with that. So write a little bit about that. It will build you the trust. It will build you the authority. But then comes a point where you're going to say, okay, I did that, and now they know, like, and trust me a little. I need to move them towards my next product, because see it from their point of view. They had a problem. You gave them something. Problem solved, right? Because that's what we're doing. That's the business that we're in. We're in the business of problem solving. Okay? So in their mind, the problem is solved with the book, the free ebook that you gave them, or a free book, or whatever, or a $7 item. It doesn't really matter. In their mind, problem is solved. That means from progressing, just normal moving up with their own business, they're going to run into another problem. So you can help them with that. So they are going to ask, what's next? This problem is solved. What's next? What else do you got for me? And that is something that you need to solve, because now you got their email address. The list is yours. So you can help them even more, right? So what's next could be a book, for instance, a particular book. For me, it's this book, but not for everyone. Um, just a low ticket item, up to $47 or something. You make the funnel again, the book and the free plus shipping and the OTO1 and the OTO2 to make it all profitable. We talked about that, and to give them more opportunities. We talked about that last week, I think. And otherwise, ask me and I will explain even more. So now you got that offer also. You can help them with their second problem. That means that in the email sequences, you started with value, right? When they freshly came in, you now need to move them towards that product. How do you do that? You invite them. Don't push. Don't say, you have to buy this, is good for you. You have to buy this. No, invite them. Because not everyone will take up on that offer, but some will. And that's all right. That's totally all right. Not everyone is in the same phase of the problem, right? So the goal is you're going to make a little bit more money moving them up for the next step, the second product. So you invite them. You do that in a specific way. It's called the soap opera sequence. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But the process of the value ladder is basically that they're asking, okay, I got a problem, you got a product, and after a while they will say, okay, what's next? They run into another problem. You give them the answer, the next product, which will be a little bit more expensive. Okay, what's next? Well, next after book could, for instance, be, I want to invite you to a webinar. Right? So register here, and I will give a free webinar. And by the end, I will make an offer of webinars are usually done for products for $9.97 and above. So a little bit more expensive products. Don't do a webinar for $27 products. There goes so much personal time in a webinar that it's not in balance with the price of the product. But for the higher ticket, it certainly is. And if you are up the value ladder, starting with free, then going to a little product, and then going to a webinar, makes perfectly sense, value ladder wise. So the email sequence that's below that needs to support that. That's what I said, right? You begin with the value emails, then you go to the soap opera emails to invite them towards the next opportunity or the next product that you have. And then you do another soap opera sequence, going to the next and to the next and to the next. And that's called moving up the value ladder. All right. So that's how it works. So you start with a good front end, with the free product that you have need to be good. And then if you have a strong follow-up sequence in the emails, you can increase the money that you have per lead. You don't have to spend advertisement cost anymore to get them in. You now can say, okay, I already have the email address. Now, how can I make more money with it? How can I help that person more and more? So that's the email sequence that goes along with the value ladder. So what happens when the emails are not opened? Because that happens. That will happen. It always happens. People get flooded with emails so that it will disappear. Even if they're interested, it's not their fault. Even if they're interested, that comes at top of the line, and then all of a sudden, all those other emails come in, and it's suddenly out of sight, right? So what do you do? Oh, there's also another thing. Not only the number of emails that they're getting, it's also something called attention span. We live in an attention-based time right now. Where the average attention that people spend towards an email or even towards looking at a video is about 7 seconds. So it's not that much. So what can you do? What can you do on those unopened emails? Because an unopened email means you got no business, basically, right? You still got the email list, but it's not making you money. That's not the goal. That was not what we're after, right? You cannot even help them because you don't know where they are in the process. So what do you do? Well, the three things that I want to point out here, you can do retargeting ads. I'm not going to go into detail, but what retargeting, not right now anyway, but what retargeting ads are is, have you ever clicked on an advertisement in Facebook just to get a free copy of an ebook, for instance, and all of a sudden the entire week you see a lot of emails coming by from that particular person or for that particular company or for that particular subject, right? I once went to an online store and looking at purple dresses for a show, and never mind. And all of a sudden, I saw the entire week several companies coming by who were offering purple dresses. What is happening there? Well, it is something technical, but basically, if you do it on Facebook, Facebook knows what you're searching. So they're going to show ads about the subject where you are interested in. And that's going to happen. I don't know whether that's cookies or pixels or whatever. I have no idea how that technically works, but it can work. So when someone doesn't open an email, you know the email address of the person. Perhaps you also know who they are on Facebook. Maybe they liked your page. You can retarget them. You can put an ad in front of them. Say, hey, I got a book. Want to check it out? It's free, but you only have to pay for the shipping or something like that. I have no idea. Something like that, right? The hook, story, close of line, right? We know about that. So the second thing you can do is go into Messenger with them. So you can also ask people to join you on Messenger, Facebook Messenger in this case. But I would advise you not to do that too often and not to do that in the early stage, because in the early stage they're still in the no like and trust. I don't know, but after they bought something from you, the trust is there, right? If it's a good product, the trust is there. So you're as soon as they have already bought something from you, you can ask you then put something in. Let's link on Messenger. Now the thing on Messenger is I will not spam it with offers or anything like that. Message them once or twice a week, because you have to understand Messenger is something personal. It's something almost intimate. It's a direct link with someone. And if you spam that daily with something they are half interested in, you will lose them. They will unsubscribe, and then the email address is gone, right? So don't go in there too often. Build a relationship first if you do it, and then invite them again to the next product. So you can use Messenger, but be careful there. You can also do text messages on the phone. Don't do that again on landing pages. Do that, for instance, a webinar register confirmation, or hey, the webinar is going to start in 1 hour, or something like that, right? Don't miss out. Or the status of the order, for hey, you ordered something at Amazon, it's now going to be shipped your way, and this is the link where you can follow where the shipping process is. I don't know, something like that. So don't do it on the early pages and on the landing pages, but in the process afterwards. So those are the things you can do when you have unopened emails. But of course, you want to avoid that. You want to avoid people not opening your emails, because you got a lot to say and you want to help, right? So before I go into what you need to write in those emails to move them up to the next product, there's something you need to know, and that's called the 3 categories of selling. People buy something from you from 3 different reasons. You got the people who are, if you, how do I say that? Remember that I talked about hook, story, offer, right? So you got a very good, catchy headline, and then the story itself. In a sales letter, in the sales process, that story could be your person, should be your personal story. Right? For I went here, I was here, and I went through hell, and now I'm climbing back up. Because it could be that your audience, your customer, your dream customer, is going through the same process. Is maybe at the bottom point looking for a solution, and you are here already and you got the solution. So wouldn't it be nice that you can reach those people on an emotional level? Stories are very personal, are emotional usually. But that's the goal. That's the goal, because there's a group of people, and about 50%, 50% buys on emotion. It's an emotional buy. So that's why storytelling is so powerful, because you can give that emotion to them and help them already buying the process. But there's also a group of people. There's also a group of people that is not doing that. That's not that emotional. Well, maybe they are that emotional, but are not emotional buyers. They're more the people like they need to logically confirm or convince themselves that the purchase will work for them also. So the second category of selling is the people who buy logically. They are with the question, will it work for me? The emotional people, not emotional people, the emotional sellers, buyers, excuse me. The people who buy from emotion are usually people like, okay, I see the opportunity. Will it work for me? Yes, it will work. I go. Bam, like that. But the second category, the logical people, I'm using the wrong words, but you know what I mean, right? They need to be convinced why this is a good deal, and they need to compare it to other investments to make it to see the value of it. And they also need a money back guarantee, so that they're not losing status or losing face or anything like that. So the second part of, if you look at newsletters or if you look at video sales letters, the above the fold, this before you start scrolling down, the video or the text that's above the fold are for the emotional people. So you got an emotional based headline, and you got an emotional buyer video with your personal story, right? Hook story close, hook story offer. And then the second part below that are the people who need to be convinced rationally. They need to think about it, so they need to see it, so you write it all down. And then you got the people who are not emotionally triggered, who are not logically triggered, but they are fear triggered. And that's basically the fear of missing out, the FOMO. So what can you do to help those people? There are two things: urgency and scarcity. And you see that if in any good video sales letter or any good video sales, any good written sales letter anyway. So what's urgency? Urgency is this offer is only valid until the end of this webinar. After that, it's gone. That's urgency. You need to decide now till the end of the video, otherwise it's gone. So you need all the reasons, you need to give all the reasons why they're buying now. Scarcity, what is that? That is the reason why it will be gone soon. For instance, this product is new, so you have an early bird price. That means that after this webinar, the early bird price is going away. The price will definitely be higher, because it's no longer a new product. And the early bird process is gone, right? So those are the three categories of selling. People buy emotionally, people buy logically, people buy out of fear. So why am I telling you this? Because that's sequence, emotion, logic, fear, fear of FOMO, of fear of missing out, also works in the follow-up sequences. Because think about it, what you are doing basically, you're inviting people towards a new product, right? They came in for free, you gave them value, now you are inviting them. Basically, what you're doing is you're selling them the new product. You just call it invite. And the way you do that is with emotion, logic, and fear, those building blocks. And that works in your emails also. So that's why it's called a soap opera sequence, because they need to be sequenced in the right order. Whether you send 5 emails or 20 emails or only 3, doesn't matter. But the building blocks, emotion, logic, and fear need to be in it. So you at least need 3 emails to convince someone to go up the value ladder and buy the next product. And there's even, what was it? There's even a study that says people need at least 5 emails to be convinced to buy something. So two emotion, 2 logic, one fear, or whatever the mix is, doesn't matter. But you need to have all 3 parts in it. So, what's a soap opera? Soap opera sequence. What is that? The soap opera sequence, if you think about how good soap operas work, basically what they do is, they got a catchy title, the hook, they got a story, and then at the end of the story, they give clips, little parts of video from the next week, and then you see little clips, right? So that you what's happening there? I need to see next week. I need to see the next episode. So they're using cliffhangers. So the hook story offer framework, the offer in this case are cliffhangers. Oh, I need to see the next one. But that also means, that's why it's called the soap opera sequence, is that they all click, they all interlink, they all give references for the next. It increases the opening rate of the email, obviously, right? Because you want to know. So they're all linked. They are all linked. And if you do that the right way, you can build a whole story towards the next product. So that's what happens in a soap opera sequence. Let's see. Do we have more? But then you got also another sequence of emails. Let's go back. So you got the free value emails, right? Next product. After the value emails, you bring in the soap opera, you touch emotion, you touch logic, you touch fear, to bring them towards the new product that's going to help them with the problem that they have, right? Then from there, they're going to ask if they bought it, they implemented it, what's next? You give them, of course, after they bought it, again, new value, new video explaining how this product works and how you can implement, and offering help and whatever you want to do with write in those type of emails. And then they're going to ask, what's next? So you give them the value emails again. You bring in the soap opera sequence, the emotion, the logic, and the fear, bringing them towards the new one. So you also will see that online. As soon as someone goes to a website with a new product, they will see the whole sales process again. But they will also see it in the email sequence. So they're double. I'm going to skip that word. I can't even pronounce it. They're 2 times triggered. Something with double, but I didn't know how to pronounce it. So they're 2 times triggered via what they see on the website, via the video sales letter or the written video. They're triggered there on all those things, the emotion, the logic, and the fear, but also in the email sequences, in the follow-up funnel. That's called the follow-up funnel. The email sequences that you are writing. So they're 2 times triggered to buy. And But there comes a point, of course, where you are out of products, right? So you need to have a free product and at least one product to lead them towards your core product or your next product, to make it profitable for you, but also to answer the question for them, what's next, right? But so you need to have at least, beside the free product, at least one or two different products where you can help them with. But there comes a point where you're out of products. What happens then, right? Then you got the email addresses, but you're out of products. So what you do then is you put them on a different email list called, well, at least the way Russell is calling it, it's called the, what's it called? The Seinfeld daily mails. The Seinfeld list. If you remember who Seinfeld is, Seinfeld is a comedian, and he's just stand-up comedian even, and he just makes TV episodes. They're not interlinked, they're not. There is no cliffhanger towards the next episode. They're just standalone episode, basically. So after you helped people through the value ladder, you have no more products, you put them on a list called the Seinfeld list, and then you're still going to give value to them. You can do that by, for instance, referring to something they did not buy. If you do your email sequences, your email automation right, you can tag them with what they bought, so you also know what they did not buy. And you can reintroduce a certain product, or you can promote your blogs or your podcasts or anything else you have to offer, like an affiliate thing, right? An affiliate offer, right? You can all reintroduce that until you are ready for your next product in the value ladder, and then you can do the whole soap opera sequence again towards that next product. So you will notice when you are on. I am, for instance, on Tony Robbins' list, and I bought something in the past, and I'm pretty sure I am now in his Seinfeld list, because I'm getting, think about this, think about that. How can I help you with this? How can I help you with that? And all of a sudden, something changes, and he starts getting with an emotional story. Think, hey, what's going on? And then I know, oh, wait a minute, he's going to the emotion, logic, and fear sequence. So a new product is coming. You can see that. Check your emails. If you're receiving email, if you have it from good marketers, you will see the sequence that they are using. It's really funny to use, but then now you know how that works, right? So yes, the money is in the list. On average, $1 per month, so they say. But you need to work for that. You need products for that, at least one. 2 is better. So you can lead them from the free item via the value and the soap sequence to the next product, that can help them, right? That's all we're doing. We're solving their problems. All right. I hope this was useful for you. It certainly was for me. I learned a lot from not hearing myself. Don't worry. But when I studied this, this makes sense, And all of a sudden, I start looking at my own emails. Like, oh, look at what he's doing here, and look at what he's doing there. So that is really awesome to see. Again, this was my inspiration, Russell Brunson's Traffic Secrets. If you need a copy from that book, please send me a message. Find me on Facebook, or leave a comment in YouTube, because I'm promoting it there too. And I'll send you a link, and you will get a coffee. Yes, and it's an affiliate link. I'm totally honest about that. All right. Hope this was useful. I'll see you next time.